Hello, dear friends. Entanglement is a confusion of ideas and lack of clarity in them. Chaos is an amorphous and indefinitive state that is supposed to precede the ordering of the cosmos. Extreme tiredness is one of the symptoms of ascension. Opinion piece, Entangled World, Hidden Agenda, Economic Collapse, Peace Negotiations, Galactic Operations, Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Let's start. The chaos that is being experienced around the world cannot be fully explained by national political agendas. The search for an explanation points to the existence of a group above the groups with a hidden agenda. If such a group exists, it could be described as the four horsemen of the apocalypse: war, famine, disease, and destruction. Evil is too complicated to fully understand, but good is very simple. Although some members of the elite are public figures, those who make the most important decisions have remained in the shadows, which means that we do not really know the people who guide the destiny of our society. Its objective would be control of the economy and society, to impose control of the media in order to control public opinion and keep dissidents at bay. A crisis could be needed to achieve the first objective. Their plan would be a global economic collapse, driven by a banking crisis to establish the use of central bank digital currency, and an escalation of war that would include most of Europe. Their ultimate goal would be a feudal state where there would only be rulers and servants, but this does not coincide with the divine plan. Definition: hidden agendas in institutions and organizations could be used to influence the decisions and policies without the public being aware. It is undeniable that there are power groups that influence politics and the world economy. Financial elites, large corporate conglomerates, and supranational institutions have a significant impact on shaping the world. A group with a hidden agenda can be identified when group members display contradictory behavior that does not align with the stated goals. By observing body language, members can show contradictions between their words and facial expressions. Helicopter. Identifying contradictions between statements and facts may indicate the presence of a hidden agenda. They may also withhold relevant information or not share important details while using persuasion or influence techniques to achieve their goals. Members may resist changes that do not benefit their own interests and may even prioritize their own interests over the common goals of the group. Final stage. According to Cobra's new updated report, the forces of light are in the final stages of eliminating the dark web from Atlantis. This network was made up of three concentric rings, the outer one formed by bases in the Kuiper belt, the middle by bases in the asteroid belt, and the inner one as a network of underwater bases throughout the planet. After 26,000 years of existence, this dark web is finally about to be defeated. The outer ring and the middle ring have disappeared, and only the main fortress remains in the inner ring. After that too disappears, the forces of light will begin a very risky, complex, and challenging process to disentangle the surface population from the lurker called the marauder. The enemy that portrays the stalker is called the inhabitant of darkness, or the being that dwells at the threshold, as Lovecraft called it. This darkness refers to the sub-quantum realm within the anomalous fog. They are creatures with the ability to absorb and feed our own souls. Lovecraft describes this being as an entity that is in a state of transition between life and death, and that can influence the perception and madness of human beings. This being can cause great disturbance to the mind and spirit of those who see it or experience its presence. The event. When the inner ring of the Atlantean network collapsed a few years ago, the Aldebarans immediately created their own positive network of underwater bases, and also some surface outposts in complete alignment with their event support plan that was formulated in 2023. According to Cobra, the positive Pleiadian fleet has returned to this solar system and will participate in the operations of the event in several ways that cannot yet be explained. Aldebarans, Pleiadians, and the Resistance formed a strong coalition that will work as a team in the operations of the event. The Aldebarans have communicated that they will contact positive Chinese military personnel if certain conditions are met and plans have already been put in place on this regard. Operations have also begun in various factions of the Agartha global network to prepare for contact with the surface. They have begun activating special energy portals at specific entry points into the Agartha network. Pacification. According to Cobra, after many months, the Pleiadians have contacted the Russian military again, with the purpose of ending the war in Ukraine. Peace in Ukraine would mean the end of the secret war for planet Earth that has been waged for decades. Russia doesn't want a world war, nor does it want to use nuclear weapons. As a result of this contact, Russia is willing to reach a pragmatic compromise, putting offers to start peace talks if Ukraine declines its offer to join NATO and withdraws from Russian territory. Putin's proposal calls for Ukraine to withdraw all its forces west of the Dnieper River and cede regions to the east to Russia. He also wants Ukraine to be neutral and nuclear weapons free, and for all sanctions against Russia to be lifted. Putin said that to stop the operation, Ukrainian forces would have to withdraw from 4 regions: Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson, and Zaporizhia. Although this offer was rejected, this began an important energetic process through which peace can manifest. Talks or negotiations. According to Benjamin Fulford, a series of public and private meetings last week confirmed that the Swiss-based Octagon Group and its G7 affiliate are calling for peace. This would be along the lines of a World Council of 7 regions, and a future planning organization that would take on the functions of the UN, the BIS, the World Bank, the IMF, etc. However, before this happens, there is still a risk of some surprises. For example, the Black Sun organization says it will continue to escalate chaos unless a global federation is announced. Additionally, the summer solstice will take place on Friday of this week, and the Messianistic of Israel have promised to sacrifice a red heifer before June 22nd to begin the process of building the third temple. The Danish government is asking citizens to prepare for an attack or other possible crisis. All households in Denmark should be prepared to survive for 3 days without food, water, gas, and electricity, according to new guidelines announced. It is said that the Operation Blue Beam operation has begun with the projection of a hologram of Jesus Christ. There would be much more such appearances, culminating in an ET visit before August 15th. Bitcoin was presented as an anti-government creation that would defeat central banks, and some claimed it would become the new reserve currency. But in reality, it could be the IMF's digital currency to replace the dollar. Curious. The Livermore light bulb has been in operation since 1901. It is known as the Century Light bulb and has illuminated a fire station in Livermore, California for more than 100 years. A study finds that helping coworkers should be counterproductive unless they ask you to. Shaolin Master Shin Henji says there are two things to be happy: meditation and movement. A soft disclosure about Dyson spheres has begun. Scientists detect 60 stars that appear to show signs of gigantic power plants, according to the Daily Mail. Our universe is merging with baby universes, causing it to expand, a new theoretical study suggests. Evidence for tachyons. The universe could be dominated by particles that break causality and move faster than light, a new article suggests. New research sheds light on a phenomenon known as false vacuum decay. In this process, the false vacuum disintegrates and a bubble of true vacuum forms within space-time. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.